Hello and welcome back to the Crypto Lifestyle Channel. I'm Ryan from AI on Crypto, and I'm making this video today to give you guys some tools to help keep you safe from the many pitfalls and scams that are common throughout this decentralized universe we're creating with cryptocurrency. You see, on this channel we like to help our community succeed, but at this stage in the game, success with cryptocurrency isn't just about picking the right coins. It's also about avoiding some of the devastating scams that could potentially wipe out your bags in an instant if you don't know what to look out for. So today, we're gonna roll out our top 5 strategies for staying safe in the wild west of cryptocurrency.
Woo-hoo! It's the Crypto Lifestyle, baby!
This is the Crypto Lifestyle Channel. On this channel, we talk about decentralization, cryptocurrency mass adoption, and other Bitcoin-related things that can bank us coin. Our team pumps out daily cryptocurrency content covering the altcoins with the most potential, decentralized finance, NFTs, and more. So if you are looking for that edge in this market, make sure you subscribe to the channel and tap that bell so you make sure to get a copy of tomorrow's newspaper today, each and every time we make a video. I'm AI on Crypto, and you can catch me on my regular channel using the link in the description below. Now, the 5 tips and strategies we cover today for staying safe in crypto are great for both noobs and pros. But before we dive in, I need to quickly remind you guys that here on the channel, we are not professional financial advisors. Anything involving cryptocurrency is incredibly risky. Please consult a professional before making any major decisions. Cryptocurrency has some of the most insane profit potential right now just because of how new our incredible industry still is, even to this day. And with so many people flocking to the blockchain for profits, you can rest assured there are snakes in the grass waiting to use your own enthusiasm and dreams of riches against you. This is why it is so important to use everything at your disposal to stay safe in these markets. There are so many pros to the decentralization of our economy, but along with these advantages, there are also some cons that must be observed. One such con would be the lack of a centralized customer service desk staffed 24 hours a day to assist you should you have some problems. So when it comes to decentralized cryptocurrency services such as MetaMask or Uniswap, when the people need help, they often have to turn to the community on such forums as Telegram, Discord, and others to actually get the advice they need from other cryptocurrency buyers to help them get past whatever roadblock or hurdle they may have encountered. There is often very little help from the actual protocol itself. Also, in decentralized environments, there are little to no regulations, so with that, there are no protections. If you send your funds to the wrong address or a scam address, there are no options to get those funds back, and you're gonna find yourself starting from scratch with no cryptocurrency in your wallet if you fall for one of these scams. And there are thousands of eager scam artists waiting in the threads of Telegram, Discord, and on YouTube, hoping to use your desire for riches against you, stealing your valuable digital assets. But as scary as all of this sounds, the good news is there are ways to protect yourself, and we are going to dive into that, starting with our number 5 tip: beware of scammers. So some of the scams you gotta watch out for are the ones you're going to encounter on Telegram, Discord, and in the comment sections of Twitter and YouTube. Now, these places I just mentioned are all some of the best resources to go to get the best knowledge you need for cryptocurrency. You're not gonna find what you need to succeed in the crypto markets on MSNBC, so you definitely wanna get your hands dirty, get into the Telegram, the official Discord and Telegram threads of your favorite projects, and actually start talking to the devs. Now, one of the big deals is anybody who's a dev or a community moderator is going to have in their name will not DM you first. Okay, that is how bad the scamming in these social media platforms really is. Okay, if you get a random message from somebody that you were not having a conversation with and it seems helpful, sad to say, you gotta be super cynical and you basically should delete that thread before you even start engaging. They are gonna do things like look at you, watch what you post in the Telegram thread, and you might ask a question. Let's say you're following a decentralized finance project and they have some type of new staking project going on. You ask a question in the forum, and then all of a sudden you get a direct message and they say, hey, did you get your question answered? And they use a fake name so it looks like they're associated with the team. And you say, no, I didn't. Thank you so much. You ask, you get a conversation going. Next thing you know, they send you to a phishing site saying you connect your wallet here. You try to connect your wallet and ask for your seed phrase. If you put the seed phrase in that box, you are toast. All of your crypto will be emptied right away from your MetaMask wallet and you will be wrecked. And that is something you absolutely have to watch out for. Another one of the old-time famous cryptocurrency scams that's still going strong is the celebrity crypto giveaway. What these scammers are going to do is they are going to create a literal YouTube channel, or they're going to link into some comment sections on a YouTube channel saying, hey, check this out. Elon Musk is giving 3 Ethereum away for every one you send him, a 3-to-1 giveaway. Just send some small amount of cryptocurrency to this wallet address so we can verify it's a real address, and we're going to send you back 3 times what we receive. Now, if you're going at a nice, slow pace and you're not caught up in the crypto frenzy, you could probably see this and say, nah, this don't seem right. But what happens is we get so anxious for those big returns. We look at it and we see, oh, this is his verified name, but it's not. It looks like it, but there's going to be some small change to it, or they've done some copying and pasting, some Photoshop, whatever. They're also going to have very realistic looking sites with a countdown on it and all these addresses that they're going to show sending funds to them, and it's going to look real, and you're going to ask yourself, should I do it? Well, the answer is no. So I would say those are 2 of the most common scams that you're going to encounter. The old phishing scam where they try to get you to link your wallet to take advantage of something, and the crypto giveaway scam. There's more than that, but those are the 2 that seem to get people the most. So definitely watch out for the scam artists. Once you got your eye out for the scammers and you know to stay away from them, the number 4 tip we're going to give to you, and this seems like common sense, but we got to give it, write down your seed phrases, private keys, and passwords on an actual physical object like a journal or a notebook, and do not have them stored on your actual device. Number 1, this is going to protect you from people that can hack into your network, or maybe catch you at a time where you go to Starbucks or something, you jump onto a public line, they just tap into your files real quick and boom, they see your seed phrases and passwords, and that's not a good thing. Another reason you don't want to have these saved on your device is because many of these things, like the seed phrase, are there so that you can reactivate your wallet and import it on a new device should something happen to the one that it's already on. I can't tell you how many of my personal friends are getting into crypto, and I tell them, write down your passwords. Make sure you write it down on a real notebook. And a couple of days later, I'll say, hey, did you write down your password? And they do it all on their phone most of the time for whatever reason, not on their computers if they even have them. But they say, yeah, here it is. And it's sitting there on the note section of their phone. So I don't know how that's going to do them any good if they drop their phone in a lake, or if they drop it and it gets ran over by something. Well, how are you going to access those notes and to get that seed phrase if your phone is gone? So definitely you're going to have a hard time importing your wallet on a new device without that seed phrase. So if it's on the device you just lost or broke, you could be in trouble. So number 4 tip, it seems like super simple common sense, but so many people don't do it. And they don't do it enough. They might write it down on one notebook or one piece of paper, and that thing gets lost or stolen somehow, and they're screwed. So me personally, I've got my seed phrases, private keys, and passwords written down in 3 different places, and I store them in 3 different spots, including one in a safe. So you're definitely going to want to do yourself a favor and follow that crucial tip. So what exactly is a rug pull, and how could you become a victim of it? So when it comes to cryptocurrency, a lot of us have dreams or goals of hitting that big 100x. You know, they want to be like Francis, TCL himself, Mr. 100x. They see success stories like that and they say, you know what? I want those sick gains. And sometimes There is no better way to get those type of gains than from investing in early stage opportunities of little known projects with tiny market caps. Okay? And oftentimes the best way to profit is to get these in a pre-sale or to get these super early before they're even listed on any major exchanges. And the only place to get them would be on decentralized swaps like Uniswap, PancakeSwap, or something like that. So the way these decentralized exchanges work is based off of pooled liquidity that has been staked in the form of liquidity tokens on these exchanges. So if a developer comes up with a new token and he wants to stake liquidity on something like Uniswap so people can trade it, he's going to have to stake equal parts Ethereum along with equal parts of his new asset. They create a pool on Uniswap, and that allows for decentralized trading to occur on an exchange. On a DEX. What a rug pull is, it is when an unscrupulous project, they do all of these things, they do pre-sales, they raise funds, they do an initial stake of liquidity on something like Uniswap, and then that pre-sale occurs, people start trading, and the next thing you know, the founders or developers pull all of that initial liquidity, and the price will go from wherever it's at all the way down to zero. We had a recent example of this with the famous businessman and NBA owner Mark Cuban. He invested in some Titan Finance coin, and it went from $60 to zero in a matter of minutes. Polkastarter and others, we have ways of investing in newer projects that have been vetted by some of these launchpads. In other words, if I see that a protocol like DuckDAO or Polkastarter is launching something on their platform, then I'm going to say to myself, hey, even if I'm not in the pre-sale, I might want to invest at some point into this new project because it is being backed by these reputable launchpads. So if you have caution and you do things like that, you can avoid a legitimate rug pull. But sometimes there's a different type of rug pull / scam, and this will be the fake token. So anybody can make a fake token and have a token address, provide some short-term liquidity, and take advantage of people that might buy the wrong token. So you might be looking at a project, let's say it's called Bitbox or some weird project like that, and you have a lot of faith in it. Then the day of the token generation event comes and you're like, okay, who's got the token address? Well, again, some bad actor on Telegram or something might slip you a bad token address. You go to Uniswap, you put that token address in there, and it comes up with the name of that coin you were going to buy, but it's not the right address. You wind up spending your valuable Ethereum on this fake token, and there is no going back from that, guys. That liquidity will be gone very shortly, and your money will go down to zero. So that's another way scammers try to get you on these fake token rug pulls. The best way to avoid that is to use reputable sites like CoinGecko.com, which you see on my screen, or CoinMarketCap. So let's just check out a lower cap coin that might be lesser known, like Polkastarter, for instance, here. Now, if you click on this, you can see right here, there is a contract address. So if you wanted to go to a decentralized exchange like Uniswap or something like that, and it didn't have the coin you were looking for already loaded and you had to enter a token address, you're going to want to come to CoinGecko.com or CoinMarketCap.com and actually copy the token address that's listed there on the site. Then when you go to the DEX of your choice and you enter in that token address to swap your Ethereum, you can do so knowing it's the right token address. So, all right, guys, that's how you're going to avoid rug pulls. You're going to go to places like CoinGecko.com, CoinMarketCap.com, and actually use the listed token address. And also, anytime you see that fox face right there, just by clicking on it, it's going to automatically add that token to your MetaMask wallet. The other way is to not invest in brand new projects that don't have any backers or any well-known other partnerships that you can look at and say, I trust those partnerships backing it, therefore I'm willing to take that big risk and be an early stage investor in a new project. All right, guys, that does it for that third tip. We're about to get on to number 2. So the number 2 tip of staying safe in cryptocurrency is to store your digital assets offline on a hardware wallet, also called a cold storage wallet. So you're basically taking those digital assets and you are taking them offline, away from the hands of any would-be hackers or bad actors trying to steal your crypto. What is a hardware wallet? A hardware wallet is a cryptocurrency wallet which stores the user's private keys in a secure hardware device. The main principle behind hardware wallets is to provide full isolation between the private keys and your easy-to-hack computer or smartphone. So why would you want to keep your assets off of an exchange? Well, the exchanges themselves can actually at times be untrustworthy, or let's say there's a big crypto bull run and the prices are skyrocketing really fast. If a lot of people are trying to sell at once, sometimes these crypto exchanges will shut down or make it difficult, making it hard for you to sell your assets. Or they will completely shut down entirely if a cryptocurrency is dumping, right? This takes away access of your digital asset. Or in the case of like XRP, recently exchanges like Coinbase stopped offering trading on XRP and you had to take it off of that exchange and onto another. So with these exchanges being so unpredictable, and sometimes they shut down completely, sometimes they're these shell corporations set up by people you don't even know, and you can't necessarily trust that centralized exchange. So not holding the assets on centralized exchanges is something that has long been touted by savvy cryptocurrency users. Okay, guys, so what's wrong with just taking it off a centralized exchange and moving it to your browser wallet like MetaMask? Shouldn't that be enough? You're off of the big exchange, you own that browser wallet. Well, that's still not totally protected because these browser wallets can be accessed if the private key has been compromised. And there's a number of ways, like we've already mentioned, that can happen. So by taking your digital assets offline, storing them on a hardware wallet you own, and then taking that hardware wallet and putting it in a safe is one of the most surefire ways to keep hackers away from your crypto. The world's most popular hardware wallet is the Ledger Nano S, but there's also recently been other hardware wallets that have come to market like Trezor, Engrave, and others that give you some options. So there's various reasons to pick the wallet of your choice. Some support a lot more variety of assets than others. Some are more secure in different ways. Some have different price points, so one might be more affordable, one might be more expensive. It all depends on how many assets you have and what type of investor you are will determine the type of hardware wallet that you want for yourself. But the big thing is to secure your digital assets, take them off of networks and away from those dirty hackers. All right, and that brings us to the number 1 pro tip to staying safe and secure while navigating the cryptocurrency wilderness, and that is using a VPN. Over the last several decades, we as a society have gotten so used to centralized institutions taking care of every aspect of our financial lives, we have lost the ability to fend for ourselves in many ways. So as we usher forward the decentralized revolution, and as we advocate for decentralization, part of that brings a certain personal responsibility upon that crypto user, okay? When we are using decentralized services and protocols, we are more vulnerable in some ways than when using a centralized exchange or a centralized service. And a lot of this increased vulnerability has to do with privacy. You see, nobody can see my Wells Fargo account. Nobody can see my Wells Fargo account on some sheet and tie it to my address and my person. I have privacy with regards to my banking. But when you do all of your cryptocurrency activity from the IP address on your home computer or on your phone, all of that activity is actually traceable back to you, where people will be able to find out who you are and where you live. So let's say you're doing a DeFi protocol and you're doing something and you're providing liquidity and you're part of a liquidity pool. Well, other members of that liquidity pool are going to probably be able to see your IP address for being in that shared pool. Now, do you want all these people that share that pool but don't know anything about you? Do you want them seeing the size of your wallet, the size of your crypto, and then being able to tie that back to your home address because they know what your IP address is? No, these aren't good things. We don't have some of the privacy that we get from these centralized institutions. Again, nobody said that the decentralized revolution was going to be easy, okay? But the benefits outweigh the costs, and what we have to do is we have to up our game and we need to protect ourselves, and a VPN is a responsible way of protecting yourself as a cryptocurrency user. Here on this article at usnews.com, there's a very simple way of understanding what a VPN is, okay? A VPN stands for a virtual private network. A VPN is used to help maintain your privacy when surfing the web. To illustrate how a virtual private network works, imagine a tunnel. On one side of the tunnel is you, and on the other side of the tunnel is a server. When you search for something on the internet using a VPN, you travel through the secure tunnel to the server on the other side. You do all your stuff, you retrieve the data you are looking for, and you bring it back to your device without anyone watching you. This provides you increased privacy from your internet service provider and hackers that would otherwise be able to track your movement on the internet, and that is via your IP address. Every device, every computer has an IP address, same with the phone. Okay, so through the use of a VPN, you can do your decentralized swapping on Metaswap. You can hold your browser wallet on a VPN, and nobody would be able to tie the activity on that VPN to your home address, because you could be using a VPN that has its IP address in Mexico somewhere and you live in the United States, or the internet server IP address from your VPN might be in Cambodia and you live in the UK. All right, so you're doing all of your crypto activity, whether it be decentralized swaps, whether it be holding your NFTs, possibly doing a blockchain social media business, or potentially you could be day trading and having large transactions each and every day as a crypto day trader. And through a VPN, you can make sure that none of that activity you do each and every day with your crypto is traceable back to you, your house, and your family. Okay, guys? So, you know, we all want to be crypto millionaires. We all want to go to the moon and be Mr. 100X like TCL himself. But that isn't easy, guys. It's not easy to make the calls to get there, but you know, on the way to the top and at the top, it's not what you think sometimes. There's a lot of responsibility that comes with increased wealth. And if all of your wealth is in crypto and you're out there doing yield farming or decentralized swapping or NFT staking or liquidity providing, you're going to be revealing the IP address you use for those crypto activities. And if that is tied to your house, then you do take the risk of a bad actor watching your activity and finding you. And as we move into the future, and as more and more people have crypto, will the criminals evolve and begin preying on those that don't protect themselves? And that is why our number one tip is to use a VPN. It's also a little bit of a higher level tip. You know, the guy coming in just opened up his Coinbase account. He might not need the VPN yet. You don't necessarily need the VPN if you only have $200 in your MetaMask and you're playing around with a couple of swaps like a 95-year-old at a casino in Vegas. You know, they're putting pennies in the slot machine for like 10 hours, right? If that's what you're doing in crypto, maybe the VPN's not for you. But if you're doing big transactions, if you're holding large sums in decentralized wallets, well, protect yourself and your family by using a VPN and an IP address far, far away from where you live, so none of these predators can find out where you are. Also, there's an emerging phenomena in cryptocurrency called node operating. All right, there's a lot of cryptocurrencies, Dash, Gala Games comes to mind, Pack Global, where you can become part of their decentralized networks, because these blockchain projects, they're trying to decentralize their server space. They don't want to necessarily rely on an Amazon Web Services, so they're asking people to own and operate these network nodes where all of their data comes in and out. And in these cases, you might need VPNs if you want to run multiple nodes, because you might be only able to run one node per IP address. So rather than buying 10 computers, you could actually just get 10 VPNs to run those nodes. And check this out, guys. VPNs are not that expensive. Here are some of the more popular VPNs on the market: ExpressVPN, NordVPN, CyberGhost. And you can see they start at $3.99 a month. You know, some are a little more expensive at $8.32. It all depends on what you need with that IP address. If all you're doing is Uniswap, you don't need a lot of processing speed. You don't need a lot of data storage and high gigabyte access if you're only doing a MetaMask wallet with Uniswap. But if you're running a node like with Gala Games, and in the future you're going to want a beefed up system to get more out of your node operating, you might get a more expensive VPN that offers more processing, more storage, what have you. So anyways, guys, as we move forward to the tokenized economy, to the decentralized world, VPNs are going to be a big part of that because, as I say, we must take responsibility for our own privacy and safety when being a decentralized cowboy. All right, guys, if you didn't do it already, please subscribe to the channel and tap that bell. We don't want you missing a thing. We want you in this community. Come on and join us because we're banking that coin. And like the man Francis always says, until next time, you guys are on your own.